don't ever go to a strip club right when they open. One of the worst decisions we've ever made. You think you get to a strip club right when they open and you're the first people there? No, there was a big fat guy in the corner who never left. I don't know why you seem like such a Kelly Clarkson guy.
I am a Kelly Clarkson guy. If you don't like Kelly Clarkson, honestly, f*** you. And that's to everybody in the chat. If you don't like Kelly Clarkson, f*** you. I'm not calling you a slur by saying you love Sam Laporta. It's okay. You love Sam Laporta. Say you love Sam Laporta. Say it.
I like Sam Laporta tonight.
No, say you love him.
I like Sam Laporta.
No, say you love him, dude.
I don't love Sam Laporta.
But 18 and 19 is good enough for the Florida Gators. As long as you're a young, cool guy who gets top 10 recruiting classes every year and you lose games to Georgia Southern and South Florida. I hate this guy.
You think I have a model?
You don't have a model. You've never talked.
You are being serious. You think I have a model?
You thought about having a model?
No. All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. We need a new intro.
I'll go ahead and say it. You know the scene from Step Brothers where he's like, yeah, now the matching tuxedos seem kind of fucked up, you know. That's how I feel when I watch them. Like, yeah, now this 2-month-long intro seems kind of fucked up.
Yeah. It was. We had a good time with it though. That was
shout out. It's a great intro.
Yeah. All intros need to be replaced every now and then. So I'm glad we had it. It was a great first intro for the first. Wow. Now that I think about it, we're over a month in since we've started doing the streams on Book It. I think, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. I think we're getting. Am I crazy? Close to 2 months.
I think it was right before the Super Bowl.
It was the Monday after Super Bowl, I actually think, or something. No, it was before. No. Right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. This is almost going to be 2 months. What's up, everybody? Good morning. It's great to be with you. We got some interesting comments. Dr. Fill My Cup is asking to drop the slips. Bring Rav. We need Rav. I don't know what's going on. We got another guy that just said fat fuck out of nowhere. Interesting vibes. Yeah, but
Dr. Fill My Cup, you will not have Rav until 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry. He will not be here. But we love Rav.
Yep. Sage 903 says, been nice having you guys. Sage 903, appreciate you. 75 stream streak. It's good to be here. We're Book It guys. We've always been
snacks, dude. What about snacks?
Whoa, snacks. You know what's
5-piece.
You know what's so funny, Snacks? Appreciate the subs. Hope you had a nice night. We did not. I only wagered on the Sunday steak special, and I picked the Magic minus 12.5. Well, they lost. Yeah. They lost outright, so that was not good.
I don't up giving you a legitimate earful if the Mavericks won, but the Mavericks didn't win. So I will. That sounds fun, actually. Girl Griff will do that. I can't give you shit now because the Mavs lost. Let's see what Gurr Griff said. That sounds really fun.
Okay. Yeah. It's funny. I had I'm still battling this illness. I think I'm getting a little bit better. Sounds like you might be dealing with something now. But I had like the weirdest sleep last night. I passed out at like 9:15 and then I woke back up at 11 and I was wide awake for like an hour and a half. It was so weird. But I looked and I was like, oh fuck, like I saw the Magic loss. I'm like, oh my God. And then I saw the Mavs were losing at like halftime and then they went to overtime.
Yeah, they were winning at halftime.
They're winning. Sorry. Yeah. And you know, it's so funny. Like, I don't want you to lose, but being the only guy, being the person that's
Sunday special, it sucks.
Yeah. So it's like, I'd rather us both lose than just one guy because it feels awful. And my bet was so bad. So maybe it was a little selfish. I don't know if you took the Mavs straight. If you did, I'm sorry.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Because I looked at it, I'd be like, I kind of hope the Mavs lose.
That's okay. You rooted for no overtime and I had overtime. You bet Jack Hughes goal when we bet Canada together. This is just commonplace now these days.
Yeah. Jeff Sunday sold me phone. What's up, Jay Wells? Good to hear. I'm here for an AI model. Yep. Rank the Yap Boys from how much they bitch to lowest bitching.
I have my rankings right away. You want them?
Let's go number 1 on 3. Okay. The number 1 bitcher.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Biev.
Trent.
Really?
That's Trent.
Dude.
Can I tell you why?
Yeah, please do.
Because Trent texted me a couple times this weekend, like for picks. I think Trent, because he's the fade god and he gets bitched at so much when he loses, I think Trent bitches at his boys for giving losers a lot more than Trent tells his boys, nice pick. You know what I'm saying? I think Trent's looking to bitch about losers. Like 5 minutes into a game, the bet's down 10-2, Trent's going to bitch. Biev is close. Like it could be 1A, 1B, which makes number 2 really easy for me. But I do think Biev also will say, like, if you give him a good play, he will glaze you, you know?
It's a very, very interesting point. I did not think about that. And you're right. Because if you're going to be hard on somebody, you also have to be the one that's positive when it's an opportunity to, because that goes a long way. And if anything, your compliment means even more. So Trent, you're right. Trent seems to be, you're right. He might only be like one direction.
Yeah.
Which is just bitching at you when you're losing, but no glaze when you win. So I would give Trent 2. You would give Biev 2, I assume.
I don't think Rab bitches anywhere near the other 2.
Yeah. No. I'm trying to think. Let's think about our friendship and compare it to what we see between them, because I don't think you and I were really ever in the era of like content, and Twitter has obviously kind of enhanced this and changed things a lot. Like we didn't have that when we were in our 20s gambling together, but I don't know that we ever really thought about reverse jinxing. I don't think we ever like cash bets early. I don't think we ever bitched to each other, 5-10 minutes in a game, like, oh, this is dead, like how Biev does on Twitter. I don't think we really did that. But now, correct me if I'm wrong, between the both of us, you've never been a bitcher. Like, I don't recall you ever bitching to me about like taking a bet that I talked to you in on.
Well, I don't bitch at people that I tail ever. That's not my thing. If I take your bet and tail you, it's because I like the bet too. That's the problem. People have a hard time admitting, like, you bet that I bet because you liked it too.
Right.
Bad beats are the only time when I'm like, damn, I just need someone to hold me right now. I need someone to feel this pain. Like that under in that Pistons game we had, that was like at one point 30 points over the live total and it went under. Like that's one where I'm like, I can't even fucking believe this game is going under. They went scoreless for like 4 minutes at a time. When it's a bad beat, I do want to bitch, but that's the only time I want to bitch. Like, I don't know, man. When you're making 15 bets a day, like we just did in March Madness, like I'm doing with the NBA, bitching about one play, it's not really my thing. But yeah, a bad beat, man, woof, a bad beat will get me.
You know what I've got a couple of realizations that I want to talk about for a second on this topic. I think I wasn't like a bitcher early on, but I think I started to become one. Token picks with a sub. I remember like the infamous, I was on my couch when we started betting like NBA player props. Now, I bet NBA player props like I think like as early as I can remember, when I was 18 or 19 years old, on a website called sportsbetting.com, and I was putting $5 in the fucking community college library computer on Ben Wallace to miss his first free throw. Like,
yeah, I remember
that was really happening. I was mowing my aunt's yard for like $60, and then I was immediately putting it all on bets and parlays on the website. Like
you were getting paid to mow the lawn, boy. Holy
shit. Yeah. But I would get like gas gift cards for holidays, like Christmas, whatever. I would trade them for cash and put it in my fucking Wachovia bank account and deposit on sportsbetting.com. Don't get me wrong. I really do think, like, all in all, like these motherfuckers nowadays that have like the platforms and everything, I think we would shit all over them if we were in our heyday and in our prime. But that's okay. I'm not necessarily proud of any of those things. But here's what I'm getting at. The player props.
Wachovia. Sorry, I keep going, but I have something great to say about Wachovia.
All right. But the player props make it easier to bitch about than when you just bet on a team. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yes. It's like you can hone in on one guy.
Yeah. You can hone in on one guy, and it's like if he's you need his points and he's passing it, or he's missing shots, or he gets in foul trouble and then he's not on the court. Like, there is just constant bitching opportunities. And do you remember, I think we took like Frank Kaminsky when he was on the fucking Bobcats or Hornets, whatever it was at the time. And I don't know, it was like over fucking 12.5 points or something. And I was bitching up a storm to you because he missed like his first 4 field goal attempts. That was probably like 10 years ago. And I think that you didn't deserve that. I don't know what you were doing, but you didn't deserve that.
I don't mind being a gambling shoulder to cry on. I really don't.
Yeah. That's what you are. It's not like bitching at you, it's bitching to you because you just need that person on the other side. It kind of feels good. So really what I'm getting at is sometimes I think that's what Trent might do. Is like he just needs to let it out. And that's and Biev and Rav are on the receiving end of that.
Cannot let this comment slide through the cracks.
W Rich relatives thought I was going to be rich when my aunt banged Kid Rock. Was really hoping they would work out. Was just a one night stand. You know, I think Budman told me that.
That's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Budman is my goat. I love a lot.
Yeah, Budman's great.
Budman is my goat.
Budman's great. By
the way, Phobia story.
Yeah, it's not going to get us canceled, right?
It's not going to get us canceled, but it might get my family mad at me. It's a chance I'm willing to take. I didn't know I'd ever be telling the story, but you said Wachovia. It's kind of funny. So, I was a bad kid, bad teenager. My parents kicked me out. I moved in with my 2 sisters, and we actually lived next to a Wachovia, and they were like, you need a bank. I think I just turned 18. They're like, you need a bank account. So they took me to Wachovia, signed me up for a bank account. They both worked in hospitality, but my one sister, who you know very well, worked at the Wing House. And it was like when the Wing House was in its prime, like slammed. She would make like $600-700. She would get home at 4 a.m, and she would not have any idea how much money she'd make. She would take her cash tip, throw it in her purse. So me, every morning, I would take like $60 out of her purse, walk to the Wachovia, put the $60 in the bank, and then I would upload it on Poker Stars. Did you ever play Poker Stars?
Not really. No.
Dude, I had a problem, an absolute problem, addicted to Poker Stars. It was crazy. I think eventually they caught me and it wasn't good, but we've moved on now.
Yeah. Poker Stars, I know a guy. You know him too. Shout out Dan. I don't know if he's in here. He follows us, but not really. He was a professional poker player, and one of those websites shut down and froze the funds. And he had like 100. Yeah, Poker Stars are a different one. And he had like $100,000 just frozen. And I remember I met him because I worked with him, and he told me that we played poker a lot. And he was really good. He's a very smart guy. And he was like, yeah, I have like just like $100,000. I'm like, dude, that's like a fuck ton of money. You're ever going to get it back? And he was like, yeah, there's like a lawsuit. Sure enough, like 3-4 years later, he was like, oh, I got my $100,000 back. I was like, I thought that money was gone. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but it was like a big deal. I think like the owner of the website.
Bitch, if I had to wait 4 years.
Yeah, dude, that's wild. There was one more thing I wanted to mention. Oh, so I realized that I don't know. I think this is going to come off the wrong way. You know how every sport is a little bit different whether just as a fan, you enjoy it more or less than other sports, like watching. I think as sports bettors, there are sports that I do and don't enjoy watching when I have money on. Some more, some less, if that makes sense. Like, yeah. I can watch golf with no money, but I love watching golf with money on it. Mm-hmm. I love it. Hockey's probably the sport I can literally just put on any game and just watch it. I just like the game. I don't need money on it. Football, I love football, but I love having money on football. I've realized that college basketball is not my favorite sport to watch while I have money on it. Yeah. And I think it's just because there are so many like variables of the game that frustrate me. And it's like an extra layer of stressful. And like, mostly it's the fouling. Like I bitched about it. I'm not going to keep bitching about it, but you know what, like sometimes these college players do that's so frustrating. It's like they'll be 1 foot from the fucking rim and it's like a put back and they miss it. Or sometimes if they're going for a rebound and it's like a guy should grab the ball and it just slips. It's like, how does the ball slip out of your hand? All these things drive me insane. And I almost sometimes really enjoy just like watching a game with no money on it.
Yeah.
You know, like college basketball is that sport for me where I like to gamble on it. I really do. But I almost enjoy gambling on it and not just checking in more so than watching it. Yeah. I don't know if that's a horrible take or not.
So it's not a horrible take. I actually kind of like it. I love basketball. I know you know that. I've always loved basketball. I like to watch it. It is not that fun to watch with money on it. Like, for example, basketball is my second favorite sport, but it's not my second favorite sport to watch while I have money on it. I would say I like baseball more, golf more, UFC more to watch while I have money on it. And this is why I think that is. I watched almost every single second of every single game this weekend. I mean, I watched so much basketball. It was insane. And every game you watch, you kind of tell yourself, like, I'll give you Miami, Purdue, for example. Miami's winning at half. They're covering the entire game. None of it matters. It comes down to like the final 3 minutes, and then Miami doesn't cover. Another really good example, St. John's dominates that game against Kansas. Dominates. It didn't matter. You watch the first 30 minutes of a basketball game, and this goes for NBA too. Like, your team could be down 20 in the first quarter, and they're plus 180 on the money line if they were favored originally. Like, being down 20 in an NBA is just not that big of a deal. Being down 10 in March, not that big of a deal. I'm like, oh, St. John's is dominating this game. It should be an easy cover. Sure enough, Kansas comes all the way back and ties it up. And it just makes no fucking sense. You're almost like, wow, what did the first 30 minutes of this game even mean? And that's the frustrating thing I find about basketball. But I love to watch it. Without money, I actually think March Madness is the best thing to watch if you have $0 on it.
Couldn't agree more. And I noticed that because I was like, I think it was when I was I think I was driving on Saturday to Charlottesville, and like I was like, God, fuck. What was, do you remember the game after Miami Purdue?
Sorry, this is another great example.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What was the game after Miami Purdue? It was like the 2:30 game.
Yeah, Iowa State, Kentucky.
Okay, yeah, sorry. What was the first like 5:00 game right after that? What was that game?
I thought that was St.
No,
John's.
not Iowa State, Kentucky. That was Sunday.
Oh, it's a different day?
Don't you remember Saturday?
No, Miami Purdue was Sunday.
Oh, then sorry. I mean Saturday.
Duke?
Yeah. I remember.
Duke's a great example. You thought TCU was going to cover for the first 30 minutes of that game. Sure, you thought TCU could have won that game. They lost by 23.
It was no. Duke was Saturday. It was after Duke. It was whatever that game was. I can't fucking remember. But anyways, it's not that important. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna get to the hotel. I can watch second half. Maybe I should get a bet on it, whatever. And I didn't. I was just watching.
Nebraska Vandy?
No, not that one. I don't remember. Maybe it was Gonzaga. I don't know. No,
I give up. Then I give up.
I gave up too. No, it wasn't Wisconsin. You guys are hilarious. Wisconsin lost on like fucking Thursday. anyways, just a take. I'm glad I brought it up. That was a pretty. I thought your take was really good.
Final guess, because I think it's a good one. Houston, was it Houston A&M?
Yeah, mate. Doesn't really feel right. Doesn't feel right.
Let's move on with our lives.
It doesn't really feel right. No, it wasn't Illinois VCU. I don't remember.
This game doesn't exist, dude. We've
Fucking
named
Alabama, bro. You're bringing up game. Oh, he's just bringing up an example. No, it was not Ohio State. Please stop. I'm not reading the chat anymore because these guesses are absolutely
Michigan State, Louisville.
No, it was the game right after that. Right after that.
Pain in the dick. You're a pain.
It was right after that.
Look, of course we want to get to the answer. We've definitely named every round of 32 game.
Dude.
Every single fucking one.
What was the fucking game right after that? It wasn't Auburn. You guys are. I'm stopping.
Dominican Republic, USA.
No, now I'm annoying myself with this stupid fucking question. Hold on. Let me just go to it. Oh, you know what? It was Duke. No, it was Miami, Texas A&M. It was Houston, Texas A&M. You're right. It was Houston, Texas A&M. That's what it was. Sorry. Somebody did say that. I think I said yes, and then I said no. My bad. Anyways, we are going to talk some baseball today. Today is the MLB season preview. That's another sport.
Snacks giving out another sub. Sorry, I got to shout out a few people. Snacks giving out another sub. Dilgod sub, 48 months. Dilgod is a huge W. Sharp guy. And that boy Rav, 19 months. W Rav.
Fuck W Rav. What are you talking about?
W Rav.
I'm doing only
third least bitchiest bitch on the Yap. Congratulations, Rav. You weren't here earlier. You won that.
That's true. But you don't get a W for subbing to your own channel. Can I chirp Snacks for a minute?
I'm not gonna like it, but go ahead. Can't stop you.
Okay, but be unbiased here because we're Snacks.
We'll not.
We like Snacks
when it comes to Snacks.
No, we like Snacks, and I told you the thing I like about Snacks the most is that sometimes I don't like Snacks, and my best friend Drew, who you know that I've known from middle school, he's such a fucking asshole. Like, even if most people might not like him, and that's what I like about him. Sometimes you know exactly who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about. So I mean that in a good way. This is what Snacks messages me today at 9 a.m. He says, hey, I know you're a Rays fan, but I kind of want to take their team total under wins 76.5. Hold on. That's not even the point. Lineup is okay. Rotation is full of issues. Division is great. Any thoughts? Here's my problem. Yeah, I got thoughts. Can you wait 1 fucking hour until I go on this show for 2 hours and talk about the thoughts? Who goes, like the weatherman who goes on the fucking news and gives the entire weather for an hour? Imagine hitting him up an hour before he does his show and be like, hey man, is it going to rain today? Just fucking wait. Wait for the show. I'll give you my thoughts on the Rays. Ask it in the show. What are you asking me for? Right here. Open platform. You got to admit, that's kind of annoying.
So I thought this was going to be about the Rays under thing, but you didn't even address that. You don't think it's hilarious that he reached out to the most homer Rays guy on all of Twitter who just bets Rays players to do everything to ask how he thought about Rays under? Because that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but I'll give you an unbiased opinion on my teams. To be fair, yeah, there was like 2 years ago. I don't think I liked the Rays. But I have Rays thoughts. I do have Rays thoughts.
Cool. Can't wait to hear. I side with Snacks. I stand with Snacks. I stand with Snacks.
You fucking stand with everybody. I wanted to mention something real quick before we moved on and started talking a little bit more ball. Well, there's a couple things that happened yesterday that we should mention. I tweeted something about ESPN that went a little viral, and I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad about it, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Oh, this is going to be I'm the wrong guy.
Oh, I know, but can we just have an open conversation about this real quick?
Try, but I'm really the wrong guy, man. I really believe I have one of the darkest sense of humors out there. So I know, we're going to talk about this guy with no arms who's a professional cornhole player.
Yeah, don't get us canceled. Don't get us canceled.
I know, it just might be. I might be the wrong guy.
All right, maybe we probably shouldn't even talk about that because you can't do that.
No, we're gonna have to. I'll do my best.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna regret this, but let's just do this for a second. And sorry, you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me pull up. Just pull this up for a second. So I tweeted about this. I said, what the fuck even is ESPN anymore? And it started to circulate a little bit. I literally put on the TV. I'm feeling like shit. I don't watch ESPN. But I was like, all right. I do put on Wake Up Barstool. I like to see what they talk about just for some ideas for topics. And I just don't even know what's going on here. Got like his button. And I'm not even a tie guy. Like, I don't care. But I don't know what's going on. It's some inside joke, whatever. So Randy Scott's the guy on the left. He's the host, and he retweets it. He says, SC definitely stands for Serious Center. You're right. My bad. Now,
I can't believe he's out there defending himself like that. Honestly, props to him.
Well, hold on. He doesn't seem like a bad guy. And I feel bad. Everybody's saying Trent is here. Address Trent. All right, I'm going to pivot real quick. How about this? Did you listen to the app yesterday and hear about Trent's first date story?
No.
Okay. So I was listening, and albeit a little in and out, a little loopy, took a little too much Robitussin by accident. But anyways, he said that and correct me if I'm wrong, Trent, and Biev, you're in here too. Good morning, Biev. Trent said that he matched with someone and he met her. And she had like a really cute face. She was a little bit bigger than he expected, which whatever, that happens. But there was something that he mentioned that nobody brought up that I thought I was taking crazy pills. And this is fascinating to me. And I know I have a lot of takes and things, and people never agree with me. And that's fine. You got to think outside the box a little bit. And I think this is crazy. Trent matches with someone, and the first date, this person wants to come over to his apartment and chill. Now, listen, call me old-fashioned, but the first time you meet someone in a first date should not be, let's come over and hang out and chill and watch a movie. Now, I'm not blaming Trent for this, but what I am getting at is Trent went on to say that this person asked him some weird questions like, oh, are you a cheap date? Like, oh, are you going to pay for things? Trent, I understand. That's what I'm saying. This is not your fault. This is a her thing. And what I am getting at, and this is not where I blame Trent, but this is where I'd like to help Trent and help other people. You know what that is? That's a fucking siren, brother. That is a red flag. That is a red flag. You know that fucking Outcast album, Stankonia? That is a Skankonia move. You do not go over to someone's apartment and hang out on the very first date. Absolutely not. There's got to be a little bit of fucking class.
All right. Listen, man. Here's my thing. If you're a woman on these dating apps, by the way, Con Knipple just went to the bench. Great timing. I've been married for a long time. No one should listen to me talk about anything. But I feel like you don't want it to be the guy who says, you want to just come to my apartment? Because then you'll be like, oh, he just thinks I'm some whore that's going to come, that's going to come over and to get fucked. Let it be my idea. So it's my idea, because that's obvious what she wanted. It's either that's what she wanted and wanted it to be her idea so she could feel in control, and he wasn't like, he's not going to say that. If you're on the app and you're a guy, you have to pretend like you want to take him on a date and wine and dine him, when in all reality, a lot of times you probably don't. Now, there's one other option. She knows who he is, and she wanted to steal his SGA cards. That's possible.
Fair. But hold on. I can't even agree with anybody trying to say like, oh, she just wanted to fuck, so she just did what she thinks the guy is thinking. Listen to me. You guys don't understand this. Somebody just said my ex stayed the night on the first date. That's fine. If you go out on the first date and you end up sleeping together or hooking up, whatever, but you're two strangers, you need to meet and communicate with each other outside of anyone's house. Nobody goes to your house.
I know. Have you ever seen the meme that says, my dick has led me to places I wouldn't go with a gun?
No.
I just feel like you're so far removed from being single that you forget what it was like to be single. Because before I was married, would I have had the randomest of random women in my apartment? Unfortunately, yes. That's just the truth. Like, I'm being honest with you.
But it's not the same, Steak. You're not giving it the right context. You're meeting someone online. You haven't met them in person. You're saying you're having random girls in your house. Sure, but you met them elsewhere. You're
drunk at a bar? Is there like a huge difference? Like
a massive difference.
They can still rob you. They can still rob you.
You are downplaying drunk at a bar. That's where everybody meets to fuck.
I know, but what's the difference?
What is the difference? What do you mean, what's the difference? The first time you meet someone is the vetting process. Your home is like your fucking escape safe space. If you need to abandon, where are you going to go if somebody...
No. Okay. Let's not get too far off, because I agree with you. That's the correct way to meet people. But I just want to say, if you meet a girl at a bar drunk and take her back to your apartment, she could still be a psychopath who could rob you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's not my point. You're taking it and making it something else. I'm talking about just the act of meeting someone the very first time.
Yeah.
It should not be at your house.
For sure, but a lot of people on those apps are 100% just trying to fuck. Women and men.
Steak. I get that. Let me explain something a little bit further. Sometimes when we have a conversation, you're not understanding the full context of the situation. People in New York City just want to fuck. That is, I've never been here a day in my life single, but I'll tell you right now, it is almost a paradise if you are a single person and you live in New York City. All these fucking girls want to do is hook up. They're working, they're busy. Nobody's really got time for relationships if you're in your 20s. They want to meet someone, they want to go to dinner, they want to go back to your apartment and fuck, and then they want to move on. The whole point is, though, you at least meet for a drink, for a meal, for coffee, and then you do it. So you can't keep saying, oh, she just wants to get cracked, so she's just going to say, hey, let me just come over to your crib. That is a red flag, is my whole point. You got to have a little sense of normalcy where it's like the appropriate thing to do is we at least meet at an establishment. If we want to fuck, we'll go do it later. But you don't just go to somebody's fucking apartment and meet them for the first time. And again, I'm making it clear, I'm not blaming Trent here. This is on her. But that is a red flag, and I'm trying to be a friend. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be a good guy. That's a red flag. if anybody wants to meet you for the first time at your house or at your apartment, you go somewhere first.
Yeah. I agree. It's a red flag. I agree.
was low-key just trying to pipe all the time. I understand. But my point is this. If you are still just trying to pipe, that is totally fine. But you have to meet outside the house. You just do. You just fucking do.
Totally fine with that take. So much so that I don't have more pushback.
Yeah, I don't think there should be any pushback, but I appreciate you trying to play devil's advocate because there's a purpose in doing that with every conversation. But this is crazy to me. And again, it's not Trent's fault. I get what he's saying. He's a guy. He's a guy.
Trent,
of course.
Before you go, Trent, rate the experience 1 to 10. Just the experience as a whole. We would love to know 1 to 10. What's the experience?
You gotta just meet someone for the first time out at an establishment.
Totally fine with that.
You want to bring him back 30 minutes later? Do it. I'm not saying you can't.
What happened with crumble cookies?
I have no idea.
Oh, you missed that?
No, but I've had a crumble cookie. That shit is they're tasty, but they are so bad for you.
I can give that part of the story. Shouldn't just type it out.
All right, please do.
He Ubered her home, and she had, I think, was it Whataburger or crumble cookie? I think it was crumble cookie. She asked him to add the stop to crumble cookie before she went home. I guess it was Whataburger.
Oh my god! If it was Whataburger, I don't even, dude.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand?
Wait, hold on. There's more of the story. I gotta explain.
Okay, please do.
Okay, so like we're just chilling, watching a movie, right? And I'm trying to sit there and enjoy the movie.
What movie?
Like, well, first of all, backtrack. I thought she was like a 10 out. I thought she was a 10 out of 10. I was fucking hyped. And she comes over, and it was just a little bit bigger than I was expecting. And like, you know, that's whatever. I can try and look past that. And I'm not really one to talk. However, throughout the entire movie, like 5 separate occasions, she brings up food. And mind you, it's 11:30 on a Sunday night. And I'm just like, please, like, stop. Like, we're not making cookies. We're not Uber Eating. Like, you're about to leave. Like, come on. But like, while we're watching the movie, she says, I wonder what's on the crumble cookie lineup this week. And like, that's just never once crossed my mind in my entire life, is what's on the crumble cookie lineup this week. And she pulls up her phone, has the fucking app downloaded, like the whole thing. And like, that was just an immediate turnoff. And then as I just didn't care enough to drive her home, and she lives kind of far, so I Ubered her home, and she's in the Uber. And actually before that, she kept bringing up pancakes. Mind you, it's almost midnight. Like, oh, I'm really craving pancakes. And it was just such a turnoff. And then she's in the Uber and requests to have the Uber rerouted to Whataburger so she can get fucking pancakes.
I didn't even know Whataburger sold pancakes.
That's the thing. It's like, how much ball knowledge about Whataburger do you have to know that they have fucking pancakes there?
All right, but Trent, do you see what I'm saying though? Like, you just encountered a borderline psychopath, and that could have been avoided, because if I'm in your corner, which I am, I would have told you immediately. If you were like, yo, this girl I matched up with Hinge wants to come over for the first meeting, that's a huge red flag. So what I think it is she might not have eaten all week, and the way she gets a meal is she just puts a pretty picture up. She gets some guy like you that's like wants to get his Jimmy wet, and she's like, "No, let's come over and watch a movie." And then all of a sudden she's hungry, and she gives you these subtle hints that she's hungry, and you paid for her Uber home. I mean, this is crazy. Like, I there's a lot of crazy, insane people out there. You're never going to change them. You have to avoid them. And so there are signs you have to pick up on. No normal, sane human being is going to go to your apartment for the very first meeting. So that's a good
questions, Trent. I only have 2 questions. What's the food chat before or after the sex?
Both.
Before and after?
Yeah.
Oof. Number 2.
You had sex?
Not like no, we didn't like fuck, but there were some extracurritulars.
Oh my God.
Single, double, triple.
This is why I don't know if I could be a parent. I'm not kidding. This is why I don't know if I can be a parent. I don't know if I can have kids.
Number 2 question.
We got the second base.
At any point, did you think you could be killed or robbed?
No. No. She was
Harmless?
much shorter than me.
Much shorter than Oh, it's all about that low center of gravity. I played nose guard. All right, but hold on. In all seriousness, what was the movie that you watched?
Dude, it was some documentary on Netflix, bro, and it was just not the vibe, but I was pretty interested in it. And so when she kept bringing up fucking food, I was annoyed. It was some documentary.
Was it about murder?
No, it was about this. I love, like, I don't know, mystery, like real life shit. And it was about this nurse that was getting accused of like killing innocent killing babies. You know,
that is,
seen that?
Oh yeah.
Trent. That is the fucking worst thing you could watch to set the mood.
Dude,
he's a baby murderer. There's nothing less sexy than a fucking baby murderer, dude. What is wrong with you?
She was down for it, and I was also down, and so we just put that shit on.
Oh my fucking god, Degen, do you know what this is?
Yeah, dude, I know what it is.
Oh my
what's that nurse's name, chat? Someone's had to have seen it. Something like Lucy something. I don't know, but
yeah, that's it. Oh fuck.
Yeah. That's that.
Thank you for breaking it down.
Yeah. Had to get the story straight there. But
all right. Appreciate it. Well, listen, we're just trying to help. So at least
I appreciate it. That's not a normal thing. I've only been single for a couple months now, and I've been on a few dates. But another thing that I wanted to get your take on really fast was a different date. This was the one that was like actually really, really hot. And we got to dinner, nice dinner. And she's the one that said that she doesn't date cheap fucks. So those are two different girls.
Okay.
Yeah. And she goes like, so in your last relationship, you know, like, what was it like in terms of like, you know, you paying for stuff? Like, do you like pay for everything or what? And I was like, I mean, yeah, pretty much everything under the sun. And she goes, so like rent, like her rent and like car payment. And I was like, what? Are you fucking serious? Is this what dating is like in the Big 2-6 nowadays? Like, that's the expectation? No fucking shot.
That's not good.
That does sound, to be honest with you, that sounds like every girl in Orlando to me.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's not good from both sides because I hear it from my wife's friends who date in New York, and the guys that they interact with are such douchebags. But the girls, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know the word to describe it. You just got to keep your head on a swivel. But these are why you go out somewhere to have these conversations, because when you hear them ask these questions, you immediately just check a box that like this person is not for me. I don't know, man.
Trent, have you been on a date where the person knew who you were, like knew exactly who you were?
No,
Trent's fucking farming it
every date I've been on 4 or 5 days now, and every time there's at least either the waiter or someone at the restaurant knows who I am, and so it kind of helps with some, you know, bonus aura points. But no,
that's actually better.
What app are you using?
Fucking Hinge, dude.
Is there another? There's got to be another app.
No, I mean there are, but Hinge is definitely the most normal / best one.
Isn't there an app? People talk about it here all the time. I think it's where like many celebrities are on. It's called like Raya.
Oh, Raya, yeah.
Can you get on there?
Waiting to get approved. It's like an approval process and shit.
Come on.
It's like the Manscaped promo code. You just don't know.
That's actually very funny. I've actually heard of some of these people who are on Raya. If they're on it, you can be on it. I'm not even just trying to say that to be nice.
No, I know. I have friends that are on it that have no business being on there.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah.
I would say this in all seriousness, since you're going to the gym and you're looking great, have you considered doing like workout classes? Because that would be a great way to meet some nice, potentially normal, good-looking people.
For sure. No, definitely have considered that. Also, just going out to the bars with the fellas more often is something that I need to do for sure.
Yeah. But you don't do that anyway?
Not as much as I probably should.
Yeah. Well, go to the right bars. Don't go to like, actually, I don't know. I don't have a good example.
Also, yeah, Preston, Rav, our boy Ethan, all the fellas here, they're always on the prowl and they all know how to interact with women pretty well. So I feel like it shouldn't be too hard.
You don't have a problem interacting with women. You're
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's not the concern. It's more so it's the I don't know. I guess it's like the matching. I'm not that I'm concerned, but you can't. I don't think you should say yes if someone wants to come over on the first date. That would be my pushback. That would be my pushback.
No, I agree with you. I don't do that shit, but I don't know. I was bored. Texas Tech was getting bent over. I needed something to do.
Yeah, that is true. But no,
we're getting cheeked.
Yeah, paying for asking if you pay for someone's rent on the first date is almost just as insane.
Crazy.
That sounds worse.
Yeah.
Literally, she goes like, "So if like, would you let me like, have your card and like, go shopping and shit?" What?
That's
Are
crazy.
you fucking serious? I was literally just mind blown.
Yeah.
Insane.
All right. Well,
I'll let you guys get back to it.
Thanks, man. Thanks for popping on. We appreciate it.
Of course. Jeez. See you, chat.
Be safe out there. W Trent.
Hilarious.
By the way, Biev said, how does Degen always mention that he plays nose guard? Do I always mention that I play nose guard?
You definitely mentioned it in person at the game when we were hanging out for sure. You bring it up more than I would expect someone like you to bring up that you played nose guard in high school, but always that's a stretch.
Always is crazy. Once a month?
That's a lot of times to mention that you played nose guard in high
We
school.
talk about sports.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I mention it once a month, to be fair.
Okay.
The low center of gravity was perfect, though. It has to correlate. You know what I mean? Nose guards are like CrossFitters. That's crazy. That's crazy. It kills me every time. This motherfucker won't shut up about being. I'm not getting dragged by a guy who just posted a fucking TikTok highlight video of him shooting threes. I don't want to hear it. And talks about his free throw percentage all the goddamn time. How am I getting dragged by him?
You know what? That's a pretty fair point. You and Biev might be on the same level, actually.
Same level, my fucking dick. Give me a break. I say all the time, I got a sympathy all conference award anyway. They probably don't even know anybody. Like, let's give it to this guy.
But in the same breath, you're mentioning that you were all conference, which you also
yeah, you have to.
At the game too. You mentioned that at the game.
You have to just let them know. You know what I'm saying? You have to let them know. I will let them know. All right. Should we?
I'll say this. It's gonna sound lame, but hearing Trent's stories, I am grateful to not be single. I think.
No, I know it's tough. So I was going to tell you one from the other perspective. My wife has a friend. You probably know who she is. That I mean, she's very cool, but her problem, I think, is she's like too cool, like into sports, plays like, volleyball, kickball, whatever. And I think she always just goes for the wrong guy. She goes for like the guy who, maybe is the best looking, and that person in New York, like, just wants to just fuck around. They don't really want to settle down or whatever. She needs to go for like more like 5s and 6s who are wholesome. Anyways, she goes on a date with this guy, goes back to his apartment, and he does Muay Thai, and he moves the coffee table out of the way and asks her if he can show her his Muay Thai moves. And she said the next thing she knew, she's like on the ground and he's got her in like some kind of leg lock with her arm over. And I'm like, Marissa, how do you find your
fucking set?
Ooh, what the fuck is that? There's a million fucking names.
Oh my!
No, it's a hilarious story. All of her friends know. It is absolutely insane that happened. But that's what guys do, dude. They just have no self-awareness.
I want to be very, very clear. And I know I got lots of different boys, all different behavior. If I had a friend who did that, even told me, hey, I fucking did Muay Thai on this girl on the first date, I would not want to hang out with that guy. That guy sounds gat.
Yeah. No. Well, that's what she's known for. She's known for just dating these guys who are massive douchebags. And one time we went out with one of them, and you know what he did? He did the weirdest thing. You know how like guys wear boat shoes, and there's like no socks. They're just boat shoes. You know what I'm talking about? Sperry's?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, this guy wore boat shoes out, and I don't care. Whatever. I wear Birkenstocks, and they're fucking douchey. Whatever. But we're drunk, and we go to get halal food. You know halal food?
I know halal food.
It's great. It's great. So we're in line to get halal food, and this guy like takes his foot out of his boat shoe, and he just starts scratching the back of his other leg with his big, hairy, dirty ass barefoot in the middle of this line with all these people. And I'm just like looking at him like, oh, what is wrong with you? Anyways, there's just fucking weird people out there. There's just weird people.
Crazy, bro.
I know, man. But the Muay Thai moves are absolutely insane.
That's just crazy. I can't even.
Can all right, can I ask you about this real quick?
Yeah, we can ask me about that. We got 12 minutes to talk about this, the cornhole guy, and then we got to talk baseball.
All right. So just real quick. This guy seems like a nice guy. He said it stands for Serious Center. You're right. My bad. You know what I think I'm going to do? Because I'm sure he's kind of getting flamed for it.
Were you making fun of ESPN because their shirts were unbuttoned?
So I think I was just making fun of ESPN for this. I'll tell you why.
Or because they kind of look like leather.
No, not that.
Like the guy on the left looks like, I'm just being honest, sorry, I know you feel bad and you're not going to like me saying this. He looks like something happened to his face, so they used someone else's skin to make him a new face.
Yeah. Well, regardless, that's not even the point. I just had ESPN on, and I think what I'm realizing is the guys that are on there, I think his name's Randy. Well, his name's Randy Scott. He's the guy that responded. I don't know the other guy's name, but like they seem like nice guys. They don't seem like bad guys, but you know what they do? They try to be too funny. They and you know this more better than anybody. It's like they just watch Step Brothers, and like that's how they try to interact with each other.
Yeah.
It's constant stepbrother humor, the jokes they make, and it's like I just want them. He was like, "Oh, we're not super serious, like we're trying to be funny." It's like, dude, that's great. I don't like people that take themselves too seriously, but like you should be Sports Center. You're not Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
You're sports with a splash of humor, not humor with a splash of sports.
And like I know you know this stuff. If you're not funny, you're not funny.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say that because I don't want to be mean. They don't seem like bad guys. Stuart Scott was the absolute fucking man. Like
Kenny Mayne.
Dude, like 1 of 1. Stuart Scott, 1 of 1. I don't really do like a lot of sorry. A lot of like RIP posts and shit like that. But like when Stuart Scott's, RIP comes around, I'm like, damn, like that one fucking hurts.
Yeah.
He was the best. But I almost want to respond to him and give him some criticism, but like constructive. So don't you think that would be nice if I said that, or should I just avoid it altogether?
I probably avoid it altogether. Kind of seems like he's a little sensitive.
Well, that's why I think he might appreciate me taking the high road.
Yeah.
I got one. I got a
I'm not fully understanding though. Well, you know who the guy on the right is, right?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
No, because you act like you didn't know who they were, and so the chat's getting confused.
No. I know who Dan Orlovsky is. I don't know Randy Scott and his co-host.
I know you know who Dan Orlovsky is, so that's why I wanted to clarify. So now that's done. I guess I don't really understand what you're bitching about. The way they look. What's the point? Obviously everybody else understood because the tweet popped off, but what are we bitching about?
They are doing an inside joke, I guess, because Dan Orlovsky unbuttons his shirt buttons and doesn't wear
it. So it is about the shirts.
Well, I'll just tell you this. I just put the fucking show on and I thought to myself, what am I watching? Like they're like doing the unbuttoned shirts and they're like just fucking around, and that's fine. But I didn't understand it. So I was like, I'm just taking a picture and be like, what is even going on at ESPN anymore?
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, we were just goofing around because Dan never he always unbuttons his buttons. And it's like, that's great. But it's like, you fucking put the sports highlights on. Also, I know that there's some shit NBA games and not a whole lot going on. I'd had it on for 30 minutes this morning. The only highlights they showed were LeBron, Luka, and the Pistons
women's basketball tournament.
Women's basketball tournament, and then Wemby. And it's like, there's one hockey game. I don't care, but like not one clip of the hockey game. And like, dude, I don't know, at least show some fucking, I don't even think they showed like the Mavericks game. They didn't show anything. That's all they do.
Yeah. So to clarify now how I feel about your tweet, I don't give a flying fuck if they have their shirts unbuttoned. There's so much worse things going on at Barstool that those two
ESPN,
guys.
You mean?
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. ESPN, that I don't give a fuck if their shirts are unbuttoned. It's the least of my worries.
Well, yeah, I don't care that their shirts are unbuttoned. I just more so care of like, what am I watching? You used to put ESPN on, and there were sports highlights in the morning.
Yeah.
I put ESPN on and there's two guys talking with their shirts unbuttoned and they're like having a goof about it. And the whole point is, what is going on at ESPN? What am I watching? That's really it.
It's the absolute worst. It is.
All right. You want to talk about this guy?
Cornhole guy.
Cornhole guy. Yeah, you want to talk about the cornhole guy. I'm going to read you. So I had another tweet about this.
2 tweets.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. This tweet has 1 million views. I said, I just said the obvious. I said, I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say this is the most insane sentence I have ever read. All right. Everybody pay attention. 27-year-old Dayton Weber, a professional quadruple amputee cornhole player, is accused of fatally shooting Bradrick Michael Wells, 27, during an argument, then fleeing the scene in a car with the body.
Okay. Before we talk about it, you're not going to tell me it's kind of funny that I said that was Hovey?
That was pretty funny. Oh, you said Hovey got to chill. He did say that. Oh, my God. Somebody commented and said, but he was unarmed.
See, this is why I don't want to do this.
That side, we didn't do anything. I'm just reading a comment. You said Hovey better chill. Wow, that only got 8 likes.
Yeah.
It's a horrible joke, but you found it somehow.
I just wanted Hovey to just be scrolling through his feed and see it. I didn't even tag him. I just wanted them to scroll and see.
I don't think we're going to say anything that's going to get us canceled.
Yeah, I'm going to try not to.
No, really don't.
Okay, I'm really going to try. It's obviously a tragedy. Who did he kill? Do we know who he killed? What was the conflict?
No, I don't know the context of the
You don't know what they were fighting about?
I said his name, Bradrick Wallace.
He killed Bradrick Wallace.
He killed no, sorry. Bradrick Michael Wells.
Yeah, in the game, of course. I think maybe we'll just say it to be safe.
Sure, yeah.
How do you explain this to people? This is the problem. And I'm going to try not to make this funny, even though I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it's a little funny. How do you explain this to people as the victim's family? How do you tell them what happened?
I don't know. I
can't believe that that's a real thing. Also, did you see the ESPN post I sent you from years ago about this kid?
Yeah.
Like making him seem like a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. I don't know how you explain this one as the family. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah. It's just a crazy headline. It's one of the craziest headlines I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's hard to believe that it's real.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm getting congested now. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know. There's all these questions in the chat. Like I just don't know. I don't know. I think that's all we wanted to talk about. Should we slowly start to make our way into baseball?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Chat. It's time to get serious.
I have lots of questions. So many questions.
Well, first and foremost, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the betting board. I'm going to look at some odds. I'll probably look at, I don't know, Blue Book maybe. And I'm going to just talk some futures. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to get familiar with some teams. And what I really want to do is bet on some futures, whether it's teams, but mostly players, because I love players' futures. And W self-glaze. I do this more than I do the nose guard thing. There was one guy I told you I was betting on last year. Do you or does anybody in the chat remember who this guy was?
A Rays guy?
Nope. I just said a player that I'm going in on.
Bobby Witt?
Nope.
Give me one clue.
No, Aaron Judge. Give me a fucking break.
Give me a clue. Ignore the chat.
He hits baseballs. No.
Kyle Schwarber.
No.
Cal Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh. I said it's Cal Raleigh season. Now, did I take him to lead the league in home runs? No, I did not. I took him to lead the league in RBIs 100
You did do this. Yeah, you did. In the James Cook, you got a way around the good read.
Yeah. It's all just kind of in the gut. But I looked at Kyle Raleigh and I just liked the guy. I mean, how do you not? Big dumper. And it felt like, he got paid. Seattle's just a good place for him. He's a good match for Seattle. Seems like a good dude. Fits the catcher position really well. Felt like a Kyle Raleigh kind of year. And Kyle Raleigh had a great season. Now, sometimes we get in our bags with MLB futures. Shout out Shohei Ohtani, MVP 40-1, Sandy Alcantara, Cy Young. So I'd like to get in my bag a little bit if we can. But we really do not know stats. All right. We don't know stats. Yeah, I agree. Booking sports. The handshake thing was lame. But I have a guy. I'm just gonna go right out and tell you. Jeff's baseball futures bets are the same thing as Trent trying to bet the right thing for SGA. Very funny. Yeah, never forget Jack Eichel over goals, and I think he led the league in assists. So the guy that I'm kind of getting into this year, same position, catcher, that I think is going to have a big year. He's 28 years old. You know who's just like speaking to me? Did I already tell you this?
No.
Buster Posey is a fucking all-time G. Yes, UC Bearcats. Bangaliers. I love Bangaliers this year. So I was looking into it a little bit. He did not get paid. He avoided arbitration. He got 1 year for $5 million. And he's not a free agent this year. He's a free agent next year. But over the past, I believe I read this correctly, over the past 3 seasons, he is second behind Cal Raleigh for catchers with the most home runs. I think this guy is feeling like he's percolating, and I think he's the next dude to have a big year. So that's going to be, right off the bat, I'm just going to come out with you. The guy that's been in my belly as like, who's the offseason guy that I want to buy into? It's Bangaliers.
Do you like the A's?
Well, let's talk about it. That's a good way to get into it. So
in my research, they have come up quite a bit as a team. A lot of people.
Oops. I have absolutely no idea how that just happened. Go ahead.
Sure.
Sorry. No,
I'm seeing the A's everywhere. The A's are getting glazed. A's glaze. It's happening.
A's glaze. Fuck.
My question was going to be, as a non-ball knower, do they have any pitching? I know
they have
Brent Brooker. I know they got ballers.
They have Jeffrey Springs.
Okay.
They did trade Mason Miller. He's gone. The closer. I believe he's with the Padres. Nick Kurtz is the GOATs. Yep. Oh boy. Starting to struggle here a little bit. Hold on. I need to get MLB depth charts up. Let me pull that up real quick. My fucking mouse is dying. Jesus Christ. Hold on. I'm struggling right now. Oh no. Oh no. My mouse is dead. Fuck. All right. The A's are in the AL West with the Angels, Astros. Let's see what their hold on. MLB American League, NL.
Plus 1,200 to win the division. Over under 75.5 wins.
So they got Luis Severino, who just shoved in the World Baseball Classic. Jeffrey Springs, former Ray legend. Aaron Savale sucks. Jacob Lopez is really good. He's 6'4", lefty. And Luis Morales, I don't really know who he is, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of in on the Rays. But you're telling me that they're a pretty popular team? The A's, sorry.
They are, but then I was going to give a counterpoint. I guess maybe we just make this, we start talking about the AL West and do it that way, because I was trying to find teams I want to fade, and 2 of them come from the AL West. And I don't know if you're going to agree or disagree, but I'll start with saying, are the Houston Astros not washed?
Yes.
Like,
totally agree.
Players, Jordan, Altuve, and Carlos Correa?
I'm an Isaac Paredes guy.
Okay, fine. But Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa have to be on the downslope of their career, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God, that's a team I want to fade, and I just feel like I want to fade the Astros so bad.
Well, let's go look at it. Hold on. See, this is annoying. Active roster and staff. How do I just find the fucking lineup?
What's fine mean, though, Joel? What's fine
what?
mean? He said Astros will be fine, but I want clarification.
What's a good website to look at MLB depth charts? MLB. I'm on MLB.com. This is fucking terrible. Go to Fangraphs. All right. Depth charts.
Yeah, wait. Well, no, never mind.
Red Sox, Tigers. All right, hold on. AL West. Okay. Let's go to the Astros. But this is doing the same thing. It's going fucking. No. How do I just do lineups? Use Fangraphs depth chart. Yeah, but this is second base, shortstop, left field. Where do I go for? Oh, wait. Is this it? All batters? Oh, here it is. All batters, I guess. I think this is it. So Jordan Pena's good. Correa, they got Correa back. Yanier Diaz, Jose Altuve, Isaac Paredes. I'm an Isaac Paredes guy. Jake
Phil
Meyer.
says roster resource, by the way.
Where the fuck is that, dude? Roster resource? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right, I'm here. Astros. The amount of ads on this website is absolutely insane. Okay. Yeah, dude, I'm down to fade the Astros. How do we do it?
I'm going to keep it simple and go under 85.5 wins.
How about this?
Look what they already missed the playoffs.
Minus 113 to miss the playoffs. I'm going to rate these down.
So, yeah, those are going to go hand in hand.
You think so?
Yeah, I worry about the AL West being shitty. Like, I really think the only very good team in that division is the Mariners, because the other team I want to fade is in this division too. Love that sushi bet. There we go.
Hold on.
Yeah, LaBarbera, I'm with you. It doesn't sound fun. Seems like a nasty button to press, but I think I have to press it out.
Does it though? Like, does it seem that nasty? Or
yes.
Or could they be like the Pittsburgh Penguins, where you think their guys are washed and then they get like a little fucking jump of like, this is the last hurrah?
I don't hate your point, but no, I think they're washed. But I get what you're saying. It does make sense.
Sorry. I'm trying to find fucking pen. Let me go Astros and miss the playoffs. Okay. What's the other
pick in the division?
Yeah.
Do the Texas Rangers have any bats?
Yeah. Absolutely. Wyatt Langford.
Okay.
I'm
not quizzing you.
No, I know. No, I know you are. Josh Smith, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they got Nimmo this year. I'm a Nimmo guy.
Yeah, I am too. They want to back the Rangers. Chat likes them.
Oh, you do?
No. I wanted to fade him, but I was asking. I don't think I'm going to fade both the Astros and the Rangers. So the point of this conversation was to figure out who I want to fade more, and I can already tell you the question's already answered. It's the Astros.
I want to bet on Nimmo in some way, shape, or form. This is the worst pen.
Can you tell me their lineup?
Yeah, for sure. Hold on 1 second.
I don't know why. I feel like I remember them just being fucking trash last year batting. I know they have a couple good pitchers.
I think they probably were. I think they probably were.
Adolis is on the Phillies.
Yeah, I like Adolis.
I know he was kind of rough last year, anyways.
All right, so where am I? We're going to the Rangers, right?
Rangers, yeah. I know on the Angels.
All right, Nimmo, leadoff. Wow, he's 33 years old.
Oh, Scotty withdrew. Wow, that's fun. Sorry, not rooting for injuries, but tournament without Scotty's always fun.
Always. Wyatt Langford, Corey Seager, Jake Berger, Josh Smith, Josh Jung, Jock Peterson, Evan Carter, Danny Jansen. Ooh, Danny Jansen's not very good offensively. I don't know. I was
going to say there's some guys, but that ain't the best one.
No, I mean, Jock Peterson's fucking old. Let's look at who do they have pitching? Oh, they have Evaldi, DeGrom. Yeah. They got Mackenzie Gore, traded in January from the Royals. I mean, the Royals. The National.
Who's the other two guys?
Jack Leader is not bad, and Kumar Rocker. Do you know where he went to college?
Notre Dame.
Ball knower. No, there's gold in the uniform though. Come on.
I would never know.
SEC.
Vanderbilt.
With the Vanderbilt or Wake Forest. Yeah. Anyways,
that is a good pitching rotation. I do still have concerns about the bats. I'll say that.
I'm with you. Yeah. I don't think I want to fade them though. Let's go to another AL West.
Man, and Phil's is saying they got a weak pen. They're on my short list of teams to fade. I'll say that.
So the Mariners are minus 105. The Astros are plus 270. The Rangers are plus 330. Then after that, the drop off is significant to the A's and the Angels. So I guess the other team we're talking about is the Mariners. How about a regression season from the Mariners? What do you think about
Absolutely
that?
Not. Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to go ahead and say I don't want to tie up my money for 8 months. The freest bet, in my opinion, in the universe is the Seattle Mariners to win this division. Free as ma, as they say. The Mariners will win the division. Free as ma.
They do say that. Okay, so hold on. Brendan Donovan. Why does that name sound familiar?
Because they got him from the Cardinals, but they did lose Eugenio or whatever. Didn't Eugenio sign with the Mariners or get?
Yeah, he's gone. Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez. I'm done with Julio Rodriguez. Josh Naylor, Randy.
That motherfucker could win MVP this year.
Oh God, stop it! I bet him fucking the last 2 years. I'm done.
Yep.
George, not George. This website is fucking terrible. Oh my God. Randy Rosarina.
Absolutely love it.
Luke Rayleigh, Dominic Canzone, Leo Rives, Cole Young, pitchers, Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Emerson Hancock. Emerson Hancock was a first-round draft pick. You like these? You like them?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I like them. Absolutely. I don't see regression at all. I think they're going to run through this division.
Okay. All right. Andres Munoz out of the pen. Matt Brash is good. I don't hate it. I'm not. I won't get cute. I won't get cute.
I like going by division. Are you cool with continuing to do that?
Absolutely. Should we do one AL, then go to the NL?
No, yeah, we do AL West and NL West if you want.
All right, NL West. I mean, the Dodgers are minus 700 to win the division. Stupid. So Padres are 950, the Giants 17, and the Diamondbacks. What
got one more fade candidate in this division.
In the NL?
Yeah.
Who?
How many years can the Padres be the same exact team before they just fall off a cliff with the same exact similar output? I feel like they're always kind of like decent. The team you say could compete with the Dodgers, but then they don't. How many years do we get that before the Padres fall off a cliff? And what is their win total? Kind of want to fade the Padres. Sort of want to fade the Padres, yeah.
All right, let's look at their Padres or the Bills. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Cronenworth,
83.5, dude.
Merrill, Machado, Bogarts, Sheets. They got Pavetta, Michael King's very good, Randy Vasquez, Herman Marquez, Walker Buehler. They did get Mason Miller. I'm kind of with you. I'm with you. Fuck it.
Oh my God.
I'm with you.
POD Pete is on Padres and Astros unders, dude. Am I a sharp? Am I a fucking sharp? Sharp. Holy shit.
You know what POD Pete's going to do? He does this every fucking year. He's going to bet the fucking Padres 20-1 to win the World Series when they win 9 out of 11 games. He does it every fucking time.
I like Padres under. I will not be betting them to win the World Series. That shit will never.
Okay. All right. I'm with you. Anybody else in this division sound interesting? What about the Giants? The Giants had a pretty they had a good year and then a bad year. Do you remember that?
What happened? Sorry. I'm not trying to not talk about the Giants. Why would the Giants have better odds to win this division than the Diamondbacks? What happened to the Diamondbacks? I thought they were decent.
That's a really good question. Hopefully somebody can answer that for us.
78.5 win total. I'd love to hear about the Giants. Lineup. Oh, they got Devers.
Yeah, that they had the worst record in baseball after the Devers trade.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of having a hard time figuring out why they have a higher win total than the Diamondbacks. They lost Ketel Marte. Where did he go again?
I don't remember, actually.
I did not realize they lost him.
The Rays tried to make a move for him and they missed. He went to the Mets. Ketel Marte went to the Mets. Holy shit!
Wait,
that might be good.
No. How could that be?
Wait, did we get Ketel Marte? No, the Rays didn't get Ketel Marte. What are you talking about?
Chat's giving me conflicting information. It's giving me a headache. The Mets got Bo Bichette. I know.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're moving on. I think he's still a Diamondback, which makes my point even more.
Right.
Why? Tell me the Giants lineup and then explain to me why they have a bit higher win total than the Diamondbacks.
All right. So Luis Arias, very good. Matt Chapman, Devers, Heliot Ramos, Jung-Hoo Lee, Willie Adames, former Rays legend, Will Brennan, Harrison Bader, Patrick Bailey. Patrick Bailey's not bad. I like Patrick Bailey.
Not the worst lineup I've ever heard.
No, it's not bad. Pitchers. This is where they get frustrating. Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, Tyler Mahle, Adrian Hauser, Landon Roop. I don't know. They don't do anything for me. They don't
Probably better than the Diamondbacks. Why am I having a hard time thinking about who's on the Diamondbacks?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. How about that? So you don't think about it too hard.
Corbin Burns?
He was last year. Let's see if he's still on there this year. Hold on. You got Gallen. No, Burns is gone. Gallen, Rin Nelson, Eduardo Rodriguez, Michael Soroka, Brandon Pfaadt.
That sounds bad.
It doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. Burns is gone. He's out all year. Oh, he's hurt. Okay. You want to be ready for the lineup?
Yeah.
You got Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll, Geraldo Perdomo, Nolan Arenado. Wow. He's kind of washed. Gabriel Moreno, Pavin Smith, Carlos Santana, Alec Thomas, and Jordan Lawler. I mean, the top of the lineup's not bad. But I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing really too appealing about the Diamondbacks.
Not at all. They would be on a fade list too.
Yeah.
They might just have an absolutely awful. That's possible. They just have a terrible team.
Yes, by the way. Make sure you peep Goots' message. Okay. Let's go to another team here. Well, that's pretty much it for the NL West. Let's go back to the AL. How about let's go to the AL East. How about the AL East?
AL East is great. NL East is great too. Can't wait to talk about the NL East. I'm going to back a team in the NL East I back every year.
AL East. Got the Yankees plus 170, the Red Sox plus 280, Blue Jays plus 310, Orioles plus 420, Rays 20-1. The disrespect is sickening.
This division is insane.
That's crazy.
I have bets in this division. I'm done with the Yankees, by the way. I'd like to let you know I'm done betting the Yankees. Not doing it.
All right. Well, you know what? I hate to tell you this, but I'm doing it.
Okay. You're betting the Yankees?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. This is the Yankees year. I'm not saying to win it all, but whatever they are in win total. Let me go look right now. Actually, how about this? Can you pull up something? Why don't you pull up like win total?
A bunch of stuff pulled up. All you gotta do is ask me a question.
Do you have a win total?
I've been giving you win totals and division odds.
You have?
Yeah, all thing. I've been telling you every team we've talked about wins total.
Oh, well, what's the Yankees?
78.5. Giants 80.5. Keep asking.
What's the Yankees?
The Yankees win total? They're plus 170 to win the division, and I will tell you their win total right now.
Yeah. I didn't know you were doing division odds. I was doing that, but you can do that.
I can do it all, man. You got to give me a second. Yankees are 90.5.
Yeah, they're going over. They're going over that.
Really? Why do you think that? What do you love about the Yankees?
I don't know about love.
91 is a lot of wins.
Let me tell you what I like. I like Ben Rice.
I'm going to need more out of you.
Okay, I'm not done. I didn't realize Giancarlo's 37. I love Giancarlo, but that's old and he can't move. I like Jose Caballero hitting 7. And I kind of like Austin Wells. And I just think I don't mind Trent Grisham leading off. Obviously, Aaron Judge is Aaron Judge. I don't really care for Jazz Chisholm all that much. But I just think I like guys like Ben Rice and Jose Caballero in the lineup. Jose Caballero is a kind of a guy, Caballero. He's the kind of guy that like will scrap down there. And I know they're saying Carlos can barely run. Yeah. Jose got hurt last year. He's a dog. He is a dog. That was a good move by the Yankees. Truly. I'm not even just saying that for Rays bias. But let's talk about their rotation real quick. Fried is awesome. Schlittler, I thought this guy was pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Will Warren, also thought he was pretty good. Ryan Weathers, I don't know a ton about Ryan Weathers, but I think people like him. They traded for him from Miami. I think Garrett Cole's coming back. And they have Luis Gil. I'm a Luis Gil guy. So my biggest thing is I think their lineup, Stanton's a problem. I'm not really into Jazz, but they got a dog in Jose at 7. I like their leadoff hitter. I like Ben Rice. I think he's clean up. And then you got a pretty solid rotation. I liked what I saw from Schlittler. I thought Will Warren's good. I am a Gil guy. If Cole and Fried are healthy, you're not going to tell me that's terrifying. And then don't forget, they made some moves for the bullpen last year. They traded for Bednar. They got Camilo Duvall, Jake Bird, Paul Blackburn, Ryan Yarborough, Rays legend. None of that sounds good to you?
The line, okay. As a casual, which I just want to remind everyone listening to me talk about baseball, I am a casual baseball guy.
Me too.
Love it. I love gambling on it, but I am the definition of a casual. I didn't realize the pitching rotation was that solid. I thought it was worse. I see Phil saying they're all hurt. That's concerning. I absolutely hate the lineup. I hate the lineup, and I love this division. I cannot believe there's a division in baseball where the Tampa Bay Rays are far and away the worst team. And then every other team, you could argue, literally has a chance to win the World Series. I like Red Sox better than the Yankees. I like the Blue Jays better than the Yankees. I like them plus 310 to win the division. I think there's people that see the Blue Jays last year as fluky, and then they lost Bo Bichette, who was hurt a lot of the season anyways, or a good portion of the season. I like that the Blue Jays added pitching. I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about that. So my favorite team in this division is the Blue Jays. I'm going to take them to win the division
right,
plus 310.
Let's go talk about them. But hold on, Tim, you're so much better than that. I get that you're contrarian, but to literally say everyone else's name besides Judge is crazy. Do you need me to tell you that I like the Yankees because Aaron Judge is in their lineup? That's what you need me to do.
I'll be honest. I like to shit on Jeff, but I don't think leaving Judge out is contrarian. Everybody knows Judge is there.
I mean, there's just no more obvious thing in the world.
It's like saying, like, who are some of the guys on that old 96 Bulls team? And you're going to be like Tony Kukoc, Luke Longley, Steve Kerr. You don't have to say Michael Jordan.
Yes. Aaron Judge is the most terrifying hitter in baseball, except when it matters. Okay, fine. Let's go. Let's talk about the Blue Jays. Wow, you're not scared of a regression season.
I'm not scared of regressions.
All right.
I bet you the thing is, bro, I love this division. Can 4 teams from one division make the playoffs?
Say that again?
Absolutely, they can.
4 teams from one division. Yeah, I think the Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Orioles make the playoffs. That's my hot take for this division. I think this division is going to be an insane gauntlet. It's just going to be chaos, and they're going to beat the shit out of each other. 4 teams from the AL East make the playoffs. Call me crazy. That's my hot take. I think there might be a way I could bet that somehow.
Probably can.
One more bet before I move on, and then maybe if Goots wants to say anything about the Orioles, now's the time. Roman Anthony, AL MVP. I'll be sprinkling.
All right, but hold on. You're scattered all over the place. Can we stop and focus on one team at a time? Is it your first year betting baseball? Let the season go a little bit. There's nothing to go off of. Stop that, Corco.
Oh, my God.
Give me a fucking
break. I've been unfortunately betting baseball for 20 years.
Absolutely terrible. Okay, stop. Let's take a breath. Let's talk about the Blue Jays for a second. Springer is ancient. I like the guy. Like, there's players on teams that I hate that I still like and respect. Loved him leaving the Astros, not coming to the AL East, but I was like, that's a really good pickup for the Blue Jays. He's 37. Varsho, big Varsho guy. Vlad, love Vlad. I think I've lost the most money betting on Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Addison Barger, dog. Kirk, thick Jesus, dog. Jesus Sanchez, not really too familiar with him. Kazuma Okamada, don't know anything about him. Ernie Clement, dog. Andres Jimenez, decent. Good lineup. They're losing Bichette. No big deal. I think they'll be okay. Here is what I really like about the Blue Jays. Hold on. Actually, let's talk about the rotation first, because I'm going to talk about the bullpen. Kevin Gausman, 35, getting old. They signed Dylan Cease. Pretty good. Yeah. He's underwhelming, up and down, but pretty good. I love this Eric Lauer guy. I didn't know he's 30 years old. Lefty. I think he's pretty good. Cody Ponce, don't know shit about him. Max Scherzer is very old. They have Jeff Hoffman. That closer is really, really good. Don't really know anything about Tyler Rogers, but Louis Varland, not bad. I think they got him from the Twins. Not a starting pitcher, but a great guy to come out of the bullpen. But yeah, that's a big deal. I think kind of losing Bo Bichette, such a solid hitter in that lineup. George Springer getting a little bit older. Are you going to have the same type of years or improvement from guys like Barger and Clement? I don't want to bet on that.
Varsho's the guy I think goes crazy this year. If you're asking me to single out a bat,
okay.
I like the pitching improvements, but yeah, I think they're going to have a similar year.
I like that. I'm with you on that. I would bet on Varsho. I did it once before. I'll do it again. I would also take, you know what? I like betting on pitcher wins. Where's is it Barrios? Jose Barrios? What happened to him?
He's hurt.
Oh, he's hurt.
But is he still Blue Jays, Goots?
He is still there, but he's hurt. Yes.
If I can find a line on Lauer wins, I'd do it. I like him. Okay.
All right, next team, let's do Orioles and Red Sox.
Can I ask why you like betting on wins to John?
Well, to be fair, the only thing I've hit betting on the Blue Jays was when I took Jose Barrios over wins. That was free as ma, as the kids say. I lost Varsho home runs. As soon as I've tapped out on betting the Blue Jays over wins and to win the division, they go to the World Series. Hilarious enough. But I have a soft spot for them. But I don't know. I like wins. I've had an okay.
Are you saying pitcher wins or are you saying like team totals?
Oh, pitcher wins.
Pitcher wins, yeah. I mean, it's entirely dependent on offense. That's why I don't like betting on. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Offense doesn't do well, the pitcher won't get a win.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I could see how it could be frustrating. It wouldn't be my thing. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
But I guess like every you're always kind of betting on offense. Like if you bet on a team over their win total, like even if they have good pitching, their offense needs to score runs.
Absolutely. Like you're not wrong. It's just I'd rather bet on an ERA prop where it is entirely dependent on the pitcher's performance.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Then how about this? Lar on like a prize pick square. We should do that tomorrow, Steak. Are you streaming tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow, and I want to do. We have to do our own version of the goat whale or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. No, I like where your head's at. I like Lar, ERA. Jeff, don't gaslight Goots. Very funny. Okay, so you're in. I think I told you I like Hoffman. Let's go to the Red Sox. Did you have anything else specifically to talk about the Blue Jays?
No, that was it.
All right. I mean, this scares me. What the Red Sox have going on here with Roman Anthony leading off, 22 years old, insane. Trevor Story, whatever. Duran, I love Duran. I like him a lot. He's batting third. Wilson Contreras, whatever. Wilyer Abreu, stud. Caleb Durbin, don't know anything about him. Marcelo Meyer, I think he's pretty good, 23 years old. Sedane Rafaela, and Carlos Navarez. The concern with me is like Anthony, Duran, Abreu. That 1-3-5 for the Red Sox is scary.
You're going to name the pitchers, and then I'm going to make a statement about this team.
All right. Crochet, Sonny Gray, Connolly Early, Ranger Suarez. Wow, they got Ranger Suarez and Brian Bayo. Damn. You like that, huh? You're making a face.
Nasty squad. I think this squad is nasty on paper, boy. Oh, my God. I have to sprinkle them to win the World Series. I have to sprinkle Roman Anthony AL MVP. I love Roman Anthony. I'm not even a Red Sox guy to the chat wondering. I've never been. As a matter of fact, I'd be more of a hater than a Boston sports enjoyer. But man, that lineup and that rotation just sounds good to me as a casual. I'll say that shit right now.
Yeah. I really like Ranger Suarez. I don't think I knew that they got him. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. That's a crazy rotation to me.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is this their leading closer, Aroldis Chapman?
He was unbelievable last year. He had under 1 ERA.
Someone shit on, because you had said something about Aroldis Chapman before, and someone shit on you. I remember them saying that.
He ages like a nice whiskey.
What is that guy taking?
Who was he on last year?
Red Sox. They re-signed him.
Okay. Damn,
he's been around. He was a Pirate. He was all over the place.
Yeah, I know. He's elite still. I mean, the guy's almost 40 years old. I mean, he's terrifying.
Yeah, that's crazy. If he does that again this year, I'm telling you, bro, the Red Sox are a problem.
Oh, wow. They got some other pitchers, too. Cutter Crawford, Tanner Houck, and Patrick Sandoval. I was a Patrick Sandoval truther. Okay. Tristan Casas, Romy Gonzalez are also injured. All right, let's go to the Orioles.
Yeah.
What's this team's win total, Steak?
Good question. They are plus 420 to win the AL East, and I'll give you their win total. They are 85.5. This division's going to go insane, man. I'm telling you, this division is going to go insane.
Yeah. So here's the lineup. Goots, please don't splurge every time I name a name. Gunnar Henderson.
Oh.
Very good player. Taylor Ward. Meh. Pete Alonso. Ever heard of him? I hate that Pete Alonso's in the AL East right now. I hate it. He is going to be out for blood, dude. He's going to be out for blood. I'm writing Pete Alonso down. Pete Alonso. he's going to do something. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to do something. Adley Rutschman, pretty underwhelming guy. Started out looking so promising. He's kind of not really lived up to the hype. Tyler O'Neill, batting fifth. Samuel Basalo, 21 years old. I don't know anything about this guy, but he's got a lot of hype. Kobe Mayo right after that. Colton Cowser, pretty good. I'll give him his credit. Pretty like a, I don't know, scrappy do. Blaze Alexander. I don't know anything about Blaze Alexander, but I like his name. Guys off the bench, they have Ryan Mountcastle. I know Jackson Holiday's somewhere down there. Let's see. He's hurt. Yep. 22-year-old. Heston Kerstead, Jordan Westberg, bunch of lacrosse players here for Baltimore. Here's their starting rotation. This is the problem that they had last year. They had no pitching. Trevor Rogers, lefty. Kyle Bradish, Shane Baz, former Ray, bit of a dog, but also a bit erratic at times, not locked in. He's a guy, of course, a little biased that I could see doing very well, especially when he plays the Rays. Look for a strikeout ladder. Chris Bassett, solid. Free agent. Signed him in February, 37 years old, but that's okay. I don't mind an old tool in the shed, old reliable. And then Zach Eflin. Not great. Bullpen. Who's this? Ryan Helsley? Is this who this is? Keegan Aiken? Yanir Kana? I don't know what any of these guys are. Bautista looks like he's still hurt, but maybe he'll come back. Kittredge, not bad. I don't know. The Orioles aren't really making a move for me, but they're not a fade candidate. How about that?
Yeah, the lineup makes a move for me. Goots, what's the report, man? Is the pitching going to be good enough to compete in this division?
I'm going to pee, but I'm going to listen to you while you do.
There's absolutely no reason to say that the rotation was not upgraded in any way. We're already at a point where you're right. It couldn't get worse, but it's better. We already fleeced the Angels for Taylor Ward for Grayson Rodriguez because he's already on the shelf. That's a scheduled March tweet. So I feel a lot better about trading all those prospects for Shane Baz now. The Orioles have went in with a bunch of misfits of bullpen arms plenty of times in their, since they've been a team. But I think they have a lot of irons in the fire down in the minors, so I'm not as worried about the bullpen as a lot of fans are. The offense is going to rake, plain and simple. There's unbelievable names on this list. Pete Alonso is going to take shit personal. You're right. And he's probably going to hit 40 nukes. But I'm not saying they're going to win the division. But
I don't think they're going to win the division either. But here's my questions for you. Number one, I agree that pitching has got better. I think it's undeniable that they got better because they were so bad. They obviously made improvements. Obviously. Did they get better enough to compete in the AL East when it's crazy? That's my one question, which I think you kind of already answered. Two, Adley Rutschman. I know Jeff just called him underwhelming. This is not why I'm saying this. I kind of want to buy into him this year.
Yeah. No, the rotation did not get good enough to win the AL East. No.
But to make the playoffs?
Yes. Can it still get better by the deadline? Can it still get better with some arms in the minors? Yes. But no, it is not good enough right now on paper to win the AL East. No. It's good enough to compete, but
and be a playoff team.
And be a playoff team, yes, and hopefully finally win a playoff series, which we haven't done in eons.
Say that again?
Eons.
That's right.
Adley is the X factor, yes, he is. If he does not figure it out and he doesn't live up to the hype that he was supposed to be when he was drafted in 2019, that's a problem. But I agree with you, Stig. I want to buy in on it, and I think this is a year that he figures it out.
Okay.
Real quick. How about this comment? Pete Alonso got traded to the team with the worst stadium for right-handed hitters.
Pete Alonso would have hit more nukes last year if he played on the Orioles than he would on the Mets. So that is wrong.
Is that like statistically?
Statistically backed, yes.
Okay. That's what I love about baseball. There's stats for everything. Okay. All right. Let's go to the Rays.
Now's your chance to talk about the Rays.
Let's talk about the Rays.
Dog shit team.
Yeah. So I know everybody is like, oh, you're Rays Glazer, you Rays this, you Rays that. I like the Rays. Like, when you rank all your teams, you kind of go back and forth of like who you prioritize, who do you root for the most. I mean, for years of my life, it was Notre Dame. I have a tattoo. I've moved past that. I love the Rays. As I grow older, I fall in love with baseball a little bit more, fall in love with hockey more. The Rays, when I went all in on them 5 units. No, largest win total of my life. It was 8 units. That went over. Thank you very much. The haters don't like to remind you of that. Somebody just said, remember when Degen ruined Taj Bradley? I also invented Taj Bradley. So let's not forget that. You are welcome for Taj Day, which we had many, many good days. A lot of bad ones, but many good ones. Now, I'll come into this very realistic. I don't know that the Rays are going to go into this season and really surprise anyone. I don't know that they're going to come in here. Like, I'm not telling you to bet on the Tampa Bay Rays. However, here's what I will tell you. When the experts, the pundits, the talking heads doubt the Rays, you know what they do? They fuck them. They fuck them.
Yes, they do.
When the Rays were being faded by guys on VSiN, by POD Pete, by idiot moron fuckface Greg, they went over their win total. Okay. I think this is a year everybody's writing off the Rays. And this is a year that I think they will be a little bit more scrappy than people think. Am I betting on it? Not necessarily, but I would say be careful. Okay. Proceed with caution if you are fading the Rays. Snacks, I hope you're still in here because you did ask me the question at 8:51 a.m. and there is my answer. Let's go through this lineup. Yandy Diaz, probably the AL MVP. Not going to bet it, but probably. Might even have the most hits, 45-1. Might bet it. Might bet it. Okay, no bias, 34 years old. And the guy's just rock solid. If anybody remembers, Yandy and Randy Arozarena was like, they were butting heads. Times were great, and then times were really bad. They shipped Randy off. It was Yandy's team. One of the best hitters in baseball, him and Stephen Kwan. Jonathan Aranda, lefty, batting in second. Stud. Absolute stud. You guys probably know the name now, especially with the World Baseball Classic. Aranda's going to have a big year. Then you got Junior Caminero. What more is there to say about Junior Caminero? What is he to win the MVP? Anybody want to find out? I'd probably have it at like
right now, buddy. Junior Caminero is 27-1.
Yeah, you would probably want to take that.
No, you wouldn't. Unless him and Roman Anthony can both win.
Okay, so gun to your head in GTA, Roman Anthony or Junior Caminero. You're taking Roman Anthony?
Roman Anthony, absolutely. Yep.
You're a fucking moron.
You can't win MVP on a 60 and 102 team.
Okay, but who would you rather have on your team?
Oh, Roman Anthony.
Oh, I hate you so much right now. I just want to jump through the screen and just rip your chain off and pawn it.
Gold's at an all-time high right now, dude. It'd be a good idea.
What is gold? Oh, yeah. Anyways, Jake Fraley. I don't know. I mean, who's getting really excited about Jake Fraley? Not me. Cedric Mullins, former Orioles legend. Okay. Not bad. 32 years old. I'll take him in center field. Why not? Ben Williamson. I don't know fucking dick about that. Chandler Simpson. This guy's a problem. This guy is a real problem. If he gets on base, which he's always going to get on base, he's stealing. So he's going to get to second. Runners in scoring position. We call that RISP around here. Carson Williams, young cat. Be on the lookout for him. Young cat. You know the Rays have a good farm system. Young cat. And then Nick Fortes. I don't know a lot about Nick Fortes. What do you want me to tell you? Let's talk about the rotation stake. Drew Rasmussen, one of the best pitchers in baseball. Joe Boyle, dog. Got him from the A's. Shane McClanahan, coming back from injury, hasn't pitched since 2023. Probably a Cy Young candidate. Absolute dog. Nick Martinez, don't mind him. Steven Matz, it doesn't really do anything for me. But here's where you got to watch the Rays. Bullpen. Griffin Jacks, traded for him last year from Minnesota. Twins blew it up. Awesome closer. Garrett Clevenger, dog. Brian Baker came from the Orioles. I think he's a plant. I think he's a spy. So I'm not really super into him. And then a couple other guys that nobody really cares about. So, we didn't talk about Ryan Pepiot, which, by the way, I think Ryan Pepiot might be hurt.
He is hurt. And also they sent down Carson Williams, so he's not starting the year on the team. I'm pretty sure.
I think Taylor Walls is hurt, so he is going to start.
Oh, okay. I thought the other day they resigned him, but I guess then Walls got hurt.
I think Walls got hurt, so they're bringing him back up. I could be wrong too, but also don't forget Gavin Lux is in here. I think he is a former White Sox who Steak loves for some odd reason. All right, Steak, what are your thoughts on the Rays? Then we'll move on from this division.
Normally, I'm with you. One of the honestly most impressive franchises in the sport when you consider about doing less with more. The Rays always do it. This is not the year. And it's unfortunately not the year because the rest of the division is so good. And I get what you're saying. Like everything you said was correct. Every time someone does fade the Rays, they fuck them. This is probably the year that I think everyone's kind of hip to that being true. And they're going to go under their win total, unfortunately. The rest of the division is just too good. There's too big of a gap. It's crazy to see a team this far down in the division odds have a 76.5 win total, which is damn near 500, but they're like 27-1 to win the AL East, which is insane. I will be fading the Tampa Bay Rays this year.
Okay. The thing that you have to understand about fading the Tampa Bay Rays is something that you also have to understand, like when Greg faded Baker Mayfield's passing yards. Every time they win, I'm going to let you know.
Yeah, no, I'm prepared. Yeah, I'm prepared.
That actually might be fun content.
Yeah, it might be fun content. And none of my wagers am I scared off of because you're going to chirp me about them.
Yeah. Okay. But no, I mean, good luck. I'm be careful.
Don't even say good luck. Just don't.
Okay. You're right. I don't mean it.
Yeah.
I don't mean it. What am I going to bet on for Rays futures? I would probably consider something Aranda related. Shane McClanahan, Cy Young, Drew Rasmussen, Cy Young as a bit of a hedge. Junior Caminero MVP. And I think that's probably it.
You know when I decided I was going to fade the Rays? When we were at the Barstool Bar, you said something about Shane McClanahan, and you said, I don't want to sound like that guy, but Shane McClanahan, Cy Young, and that hit me at that exact time. It's like, this is when I have to fucking, show up for duty.
Hold on. He went 4 innings, didn't allow a run, and said,
yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, he went 4 innings and didn't allow a run in a spring training game. So you said he was going to win the AL Cy Young.
And you have a problem with that?
No problem with it. I'm just going to fade the Rays.
Okay, but those are the signs.
Yeah. Okay,
you're going to fade the Rays because of that.
It was what cemented it for me.
That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
So be it. So be it.
Oh yeah, Yandy most hits. Thank you. Thank you for that reminder. Okay, we can move on. So that was the AL East. Let's go to the NL East.
Cool.
Yeah, good division, fun division here. Mets or you can do this. Well, should we go team by team?
Let's go what their division odds are, and then we can do win totals as we talk about each team. Okay. So the Mets are plus 130, Phillies plus 175, Braves plus 280, Marlins plus 2,700, and the Nationals are plus 7,500.
Good God. Yeah. I think the Mets have a pretty fun team this year. Yeah. Let's start with them. And I have a question for you. I think this is a pretty good conversation to have, baseball related. So this is the lineup. Let's start there. Francisco Lindor, love Lindor. Juan Soto, which actually, if you look at my Pickett, shout out Pickett, their new feature where you can search a player or team and it shows you what your record is. Juan Soto treated me very well. Bo Bichette, Jorge Polanco, Luis Robert Jr., Brett Beatty, Marcus Semien, Carson Bench, don't know anything about him, and Francisco Alvarez, who I actually really like. Their rotation, they got Freddie Peralta.
Yep.
Traded for him. David Peterson, with a T. Nolan McLean, I believe is a young guy, 24 years old.
Isn't that the dude who started the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah. Clay Holmes used to be on the Yankees. I like him. And Kodai Senga, bit up and down. They have Devin Williams, who the Yankees traded for and was an absolute disaster. I think the Mets is a better New York team for Devin Williams. He's not made. He's not made for the bright lights of the Bronx. Luke Weaver, also in the bullpen. Sean Manaea. I really like this lineup, man. I'm
impossible not to.
So here's my question: would you rather have Bo Bichette or Pete Alonso?
Pete Alonso.
I wholeheartedly agree. And I heard a Mets fan, I forget what it was on, if it was on some show yesterday I was listening to, try to make the argument that they would rather have Bo Bichette. And I just think you're lying out of your fucking teeth.
Me too.
Nothing against Bichette. I love Bichette, but
yeah, he's fine. I'd rather have Pete Alonso for sure.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the Mets, Steak?
If they weren't the Mets who let you down every year, if this team had a different name, I think most people would potentially call this the second best team in baseball behind the Dodgers. On paper, it feels like the second best team in baseball behind the Dodgers. It's just the fact that they're the Mets. And so that makes it tough. I don't think there's any value to the Mets anyway. I don't think there's any value to the Mets plus 130 to win the division. I don't think there's any value in the Mets over wins, nothing like that. I think the value has been sucked out of it, and you do have to factor in that somehow, some way, the Mets always fuck it up. And so I'm more interested in attacking a different team in this division for that exact reason. The Mets very well could win 100 games, and I will not be surprised, but I'm not backing them.
Okay, very fair. How about the Phillies? So the Mets are 7-1 to win the AL. The Phillies are 8-1, right behind them.
They're right behind them in division odds too.
Yeah, kind of feel like the window might be closing for the Phillies. Maybe I'm wrong here, but they've got like the same old group of guys. They did let Castellanos.
Yeah, he's not there.
He's gone.
Okay.
So they got Trey Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Bohm, Bryson Stott, Adalis Garcia. I like Adalis Garcia. I don't know why I say Garcia like that. I think Krabs does that with somebody.
You like saying it.
I like saying Barcelona. Brandon Marsh, JT Real Muto, Justin Crawford. I don't really know anything about Justin Crawford. Looks like he's 22 years old, first round pick. Rotation: Christopher Sanchez, former Rays legend. Never forget. Aaron Nola, 33. Jesus Luzardo, good pickup there. Traded for him for the Marlins. Taj Walker, I've always kind of been a Taj Walker guy, but he sucks. Andrew Painter, don't know a lot about this guy. First round pick, he's 23 years old. They got Jovan Duran out of the bullpen now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had the old Blue Jays guy last year, Romano or some shit, and he was fucking terrible. Jose Alvarado, Brad Keller. So what are your thoughts here, Steak?
So just to confirm, the only changes with the Phillies this year are that they lost Ranger Suarez.
Yep.
And they gained Adalis Garcia.
And they lost Castellanos.
And they lost Nick Castellanos.
Oh, they have Orion Kerkering. He's good too. Yeah, well, they have a full season of Duran because they didn't have a full season of him last year. I don't think they traded.
All right. I want to give up on the Phillies. I want to say what you said and what everybody else said, that the window's closed, but it feels like everyone's doing that, and they're still plus 170 to win the division. They are right behind the Mets in odds. I feel like everybody's saying the window's closed and want to give up on them, that kind of makes me want to buy them, the Phillies, especially since they're the Phillies, but I'm not going to because we still haven't got to my team in this division.
Okay. I did buy into the Phillies last year. Shout out Phils. I think you remember I was a Phillies guy last year. Felt like everybody was kind of sleeping on him. This is not true. Jesus Luzardo is garbage. No, I don't believe that. All right. You're going to be on the Braves, aren't you?
Correct.
It's going to be a trendy pick.
That's fine. It always is, and I never hit it. So,
okay. Braves, Acuna, Drake Baldwin, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Mike Yastrzemski. When did they get him? Oh, free agent in December 25th. Interesting. Ozzy Albies, Michael Harris, Dominic Smith, Mauricio Dubon. Got Chris Sale, Reynaldo Lopez, Grant Holmes, Bryce Elder, Jose Suarez out of the rotation.
Obviously, when Strider going to be back?
I don't know. Strider, Spencer Schwellenbach's also really good. AJ Smith-Shawver. What's your take here?
I'm going to back the Braves one more time, just because I see no value in the Mets. Like I said, Mets probably win this division. But I'm going to roll with the Braves one more time and hope that they fucking get healthy and stay healthy, which is a big ask. But it's the only way. It's the only place in this division that I've looked at, I've seen value. Plus, I'm kind of addicted to betting the Braves.
Okay. All right.
I do like the lineup a lot.
Fair enough.
And I love Acuna.
I'm starting to really struggle, so I feel like we might have to end it here pretty early. Would you care?
Well, pretty early, yeah. We're doing fine. You want to do one more division?
Yeah.
And then we have 10 minutes left.
Let's do the Cubs.
You pick it. You call it.
I kind of want to talk about the Royals too, though. Well, we can talk more baseball tomorrow. There's not a whole lot going on.
We have to talk more baseball tomorrow because we're not going to finish.
Yeah, you're right.
And we're going to be talking Sweet 16 for the entirety of Thursday on here and the Pickett Show.
That's right. That's right. We are. Well, how about this? Let's go to, are you buying in on the Pittsburgh Pirates?
So we're talking about that division, right?
Yeah.
that feels like one of the most trendy picks of the year so far.
I agree.
Like, man, I have seen so many win total overs for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So many. Sorry, Rav. I'm trying to get you worked up. I know how you feel about that, but man, they're trendy. Holy shit, it scares me.
Yeah. Who did they get? Let's go look at it real quick. Pirates. Okay. Give me a win total.
Yeah, no problem.
O'Neal Cruz, Brandon Lau. He might do really well there.
Plus 550 to win the division. I think the win total is 78.5, but I'll double check it.
Brian Reynolds, Marcelo Zuna, Ryan O'Hearn.
Oh, yeah, they got Ozuna.
Joey Bart. Love Joey Bart. Damn, they got some fucking dudes in this lineup now. Holy shit. Skeens, Keller, Modzinski, Braxton Ashcraft.
Trendy MLB futures hit, though, says Phils. Can't argue there. Phils, do you like the Pirates?
Very good point. He's right. They do hit. That's a very good point. Love Phils this time of year, by the way. Great guy to have around. Big year for Goots and Rav. Yeah, I know. I do kind of agree with everybody. I mean, fuck, bro.
Well, I'm not fading them, so that was never going to be an option for me. It's just whether or not I'm going to back them, and I think I might sit this one out.
Oh, they have Jake Mangum. Fuck, I love Jake Mangum from the Rays. Okay. All right, fair enough. All right.
I say this because my name is Jake. Are any guys named Jake? Like, is there any dominant Jakes? Like, I know there's Jake Berger. Like, I feel like every Jake you name is like not great. Not
Jake
bad.
Cronenworth.
Jake Cronenworth.
Very clutch postseason hitter.
He's not dominant.
The Crone zone.
Talking about like a superstar Jake athlete.
No.
Jacob DeGrom. The problem I have with that is he's
Jacob. No.
Jake Peavy.
Who's Jake Long?
I don't know. Jake Delhomme was a good one, but he's not a superstar.
No, there's not.
Yeah. Jake is not an elite name.
It's not. Yeah, lineman Jake Long. He's good. All right. Chad, we're going to shut it down. I'm starting to fade. But we'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m.
We'll finish this up. This.
We'll do part 2 MLB season preview. Remember, it's Shea Bangalier's year. Astros to miss the playoffs. Padres fade. Varsho something. I like Lauer. Maybe I'll tail Goots. Or not tail Goots. Listen to Goots and go under ERA. And Pete Alonso. That's what I wrote down. That's what I like. All right, guys. Stick around. BTL will be on at 12:30. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good luck on your wagers tonight. Bye-bye.
See ya.